Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell y'all I'm about to make another video. And I know I told some stories and tell some history in the other videos, but this time I want to do something different. I hope y'all understand that this is gonna be something I'm experimenting with. I want to get everything right, you know. I'm gonna sing some songs for y'all. Uh, I'm gonna sing all kind of songs. I'm gonna sing country western. I'm gonna sing Cajun. What? Oh my goodness! Really, if I do that, they're gonna shut me off. I better not do that. How about if I tell y'all some stories? Now, all them other videos I told y'all about, there's awesome true stories I told y'all. And these right here, I'm not too sure. You know, you're gonna have to listen real good because I think most of them is a lie anyway. But I'm gonna tell them, you know. But anyway, it remind me about a little story about a priest down in the bayou. He was an old priest, and people would go to confession with him, and some of them old women would tell them if they committed adultery or whatever. Well, the old priest said, look, we had a meeting, and the best thing for y'all to do to save embarrassment with everybody, instead of saying that you committed adultery, just say you fell in the bayou. I'm gonna understand what you're talking about. So you just come to the confession and tell me, hey, you fell in the bayou. I'm gonna understand. We'll give you absolution and all that, you know. So anyway, well, the old priest got older and older, and pretty soon he retired and moved on to wherever retired priests go. And then a new priest took over, a younger priest, nice fella. He was a good man. And them old women would come and tell him his confession, and they would say, I fell in the bayou last week. And then they kept, another one would come after a while, I fell in the bayou last week. Shattered, boy, yeah, I gotta do something about that. So he decided he's gonna go to the town council meeting and he's gonna talk this situation over. So we go to the council meeting, it was on Tuesday, the second Tuesday of the month, and he gets down there, it was his turn to talk. He said, I would like to bring up a problem we got over here. And he said, I would like to build a levee, a little brick wall, handrail or something along the bayou. And he said, we have a serious problem and that's got to be addressed. They said, well, what's the problem? He said, some of these ladies are falling in the bayou. And they all started laughing at him and making fun with him. And he said, Mayor, God don't say. Your own wife fell in 3 times last month. So you got the mayor in trouble, you know. So, but talking about the bayou reminds me, you know, Cajun people, they got their own compass. Everybody got their compass. They ain't got a whole nothing, not a thing, because their compass is up the bayou, down the bayou, across the bayou, and on this side of the bayou, it's it. North, north, south, east, and west. You know, simple as that. And that's one way. That's one thing Cajuns got above everybody else. You know, they simplify everything they got. They simplify that. And the simplifying thing about this is, I'm gonna tell you all this. This is kind of serious stuff. You know, they had Mr. Johnson. He come and he bought one of them lottery tickets. Well, his number come up, and he won that lottery. $1 million he won. So he said, well, I'm going to New York, I'm going to collect that money. So he go to the lottery office over there, and he said, I want to get my money for this ticket right here. I won this ticket. And they checked the ticket. I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson, you're a winner for sure. He said, well, give me my money. Oh, she said, well, it's not that simple. They got some lottery rules and regulations. We're going to go by. I said, what we're going to do, you're going to get a check every year for 20 years. They're going to divide that with 20. And you're going to get that every year for $20. I said, no, 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 no. I want my money right now. Give me that money right now because I got the ticket. I want that ticket. I want my money. She said, look, we got rules we got to go by, and that's the rules, and you got to divide that by 20. He said, look, I don't want to sit here argue with you all day long. I can only tell you this. I got the winning ticket. I paid for the ticket. I want my money. He said, I'm going to have to call somebody to explain that to you because it's not the way it was. He said, look, you ain't got to call nobody, explain nothing to me. If you're not going to give me my money, all of it, I'm going to give you the ticket. You give me my dollar back. I want my refund. Oh, that's I don't know about them people, you know. So, another thing is, I remember they had started a catechism class in my hometown, and they start teaching everything, you know, and they had some questions. They wanted to find out how much the kids knew. Well, they asked some questions, and one of them was, what is grace before meal? Johnny stood up. He said, well, I know that. He said, what that is? She said, that's a prayer you say. Man, she said, you're right. And she said, when you say that prayer, he said you say that before lunch, before supper. You say that anytime before you eat, when you got company at the house. So, he, he told off on his family, you know. I remember they had this man from down the bayou, and that's again down the bayou up to die, you know. He goes from down the bayou, and he had never been to New Orleans before in his life. He would trap, he would fish, and he said he did everything local. And he never did go in one of the big buildings he got for sure. So he go to New Orleans, he took his son with him. So they go in New Orleans, get one of them big buildings, and he's standing there looking around, trying to figure out what's going on. And he said he saw a big heavy lady standing by these two doors, and she pressed the button on the wall. And yep, the door opens. One went one way, the other one went the other way. She stepped in, and she turned around, she pressed that button again. And a few minutes later, that door opened up again. Man, a good-looking female woman come out. Man, shot bon Dieu, look at that. He said, boy, that look good, you know. So, but he didn't say nothing. And him and his boy was standing there. Johnny, his little boy's name was Johnny. And he was standing there. Here come another big lady. He stood there by them two doors and pressed that button. And sure enough, one door went one way, the other door went the other way. It opened up and she get in that box. She turned around looking our direction. She pressed a button in there. The door's closed. And wait a little while, here come them doors open up again. And another good-looking female lady come out. He told Johnny, he said, boys, I gotta bring your mom over here. Yeah, well, he didn't know nothing about no elevator, you know. It was, you know, at this little Cajun one time, he went to confession. He told the priest, he said, Father, I gotta confess to you that I stole some wood. The priest said, you stole some wood? He said, what went on with that? And he said, well, I had an old lady next door, and our porch was starting to rot. They had some holes in it, some rotten place. Man, it was bad. I was afraid you gonna fall through them holes, you know. So I went to steal some wood and I fixed her porch for her. Well, the priest said, well, you shouldn't have stole the wood. but you did have some good intentions with that. And they said, we're gonna see if we can fix that. But he said, well, he said, I had some. He said, is that all? He said, well, it had enough wood. I went home and I fixed my porch with that. And he said, oh, you fixed your porch? But yeah, he said, I had some wood left over, so I fixed my porch. I had the same problem that they had. And the priest said, well, it's getting worse, but you you shouldn't have sold that wood. And he said, is there anything else? He said, yeah, I guess so, Father. He said, I had some wood left over and I built me a garage for my car. He said, you built a garage for your car? He said, yeah. He said, I had some wood left over. So I didn't want to waste it. I make me a garage for my car. And the priest said, well, look, it's getting worse and worse. He said, for your penance, you won't have to make me a novena. Well, I said, Father, if you got the plans, I got the wood, If you got the plans, I got the wood. you know, I was talking to a Texan one time. And man, they come over here and they brag to them little Cajuns and they got everything they got is either bigger or better than them Cajuns got. So one Texan come over here and he said, you got a place you live? He said, I said, yeah. I got a camp over there and it's a 3-bedroom house. And I got that next to the swamp and every morning I go out and trap. I'll fish and everything from that. And I'll make a good living with that. And it takes me about 30 minutes to drive to the camp, and I can do that all right. And I said, what about you? Oh, I said, man. He said, in Texas, I got a ranch. And he said, it's a big ranch. He said, I said, it's a big ranch? He said, yeah, it's a big ranch. He said, how big? He said, well, put it this way. In the morning, I get up and get in my truck, and I don't get to the front gate till noon. And I tell him, I said, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I used to have a truck like that one time. And right down from my house where I live, they got some people live there, and they was holding their luck and all. And one time that this woman come from the welfare compartment, and she was going to want to see what she can get for them people. She knocked on the door, little boy come on. He said, honey, what's your name is? He said, my name is Johnny. Well, that's a nice name, he did. And he said, what can I do for you? She said, well, I'm from the Louisiana welfare compartment, and I thought maybe y'all might need something. He said, your mama, she's there? No, he did. Mama's not there. She said, about 2 years ago, Mama go crazy, and they put in a crazy house. Oh, she said, I'm so sorry about that. Well, she said, call your daddy out here. Oh, he just can't do that because it's about a year after that, daddy go crazy, they put him in a crazy house too. He did. Well, you're not a little boy, 10-year-old like you are, you're not by yourself? Oh, no. I said, Gaston's in the house there. Well, call Gaston out. I can talk with him. Yeah, she said, I can't do that. She said, Gaston's all tied up. Yeah, Gaston's tied up? He said, yeah, Gaston's tied up. He said, why you got Gaston tied up? He said, well, Gaston think he's a chicken. Why, he said, Gaston think he's a chicken. You don't believe he belong in the crazy house too? My no idea. We need them eggs. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoy the jokes I told. Some of these jokes I don't really know where they came from. I heard them. They got people telling jokes all the time. Some of them I made up, and I hope you enjoyed them. The first time I attempted to make jokes on a video, so maybe I might have looked a little nervous. I'm sorry about that. And I hope my Cajun accent was Cajun enough that you can understand was Cajun. Um, I thank you very much for looking at it. It's not. It probably won't be very long, but um, I think maybe sometimes I'll bore you with some of my talking. I don't know, but um, hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did, click on the like button, subscribe, and please, if you can, leave me a comment. Tell me if you liked it, if you didn't like it, I could improve on it, because I like to do that. Now, I like to tell jokes, I, but telling jokes in front of a camera and telling jokes in front of somebody's face is a little different, you know. So hopefully you will like it. I appreciate you listening, I really do. And please leave me a comment. God bless you. Good night.